Alright guys, welcome into your Raw review. Remember you can add me on Skype, Twitter, Facebook. And how to add me on those will be in the description box down below. Interact with me, talk about wrestling, or just hang out, have a good time, you know what I'm saying. So, this is the Raw review. To start the show off, we have the same old shit with the Authority coming down. Oh, the Authority! Triple H with his boring ass charisma coming down to the ring to boring us fans, to put me to sleep. Comes out, plugs the network. By the way, the plug in the network was carried throughout the whole show. I couldn't give a fuck because it's not available to me until October. We're going to get to that soon. He announces that there's going to be some Beat the Clock challenge with Rollins and Ambrose. And the winner gets to name the stipulation. Which is, I thought that was pretty cool. Orton talks about Reigns, and then his music hits. We get Reigns versus Kane in a last man standing match. To be honest, if you ask me, the match was okay. Nice table spot. But the finish to the match, was it applicable? Was it acceptable for the stipulation? Not in my books. If you ask me, I thought this should have been a no DQ match. And then you have Roman Reigns doing the spear and pins Kane instead of a 10 count after a spear. If you ask me, the ending to the match fell flat. I just thought it should have been a no DQ, and then it'd been more acceptable for the finish, if you ask me. But the match itself was okay. I think Roman Reigns should be, I think Roman Reigns is obviously against Randy Orton at SummerSlam, sorry. And, I reckon that's going to go on for about 20 minutes or so. And Randy Orton's pretty good with his in-ring psychology, and I think they're going to have a good match there. I want a new opponent for Roman Reigns instead of Kane, who's, he hasn't really got it anymore, shall we say. That's what I'm saying. But the match itself was okay. After that, we come to this clip with John Cena and Lesnar. What I want you guys to tell me, or tell me your thoughts of this. Who is more legit? Brock Lesnar or John Cena? If you ask me, Brock Lesnar, okay, is more legit than John Cena will be any day of any year of any century, okay? Lesnar, I thought, showed some absolutely awesome, badass character. He was showing some badassery in this segment. He is saying, who is Brock Lesnar? His ass-kissing son of a bitch. I don't give a... He was like saying, I don't give a fuck. He swore in this, he said, I don't give a shit. He was in my pissing way, where he said, I can give a fuck who's in my way. I don't give two shits, is what he said. Absolutely fantastic stuff from Brock Lesnar. Shows some edginess to his character. Yes, they beeped him out. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with wrestlers swearing and it gets beeping out. With those fuck words and shit words. I'm fine with that. I'm absolutely fine with them beeping them out because it's more better than saying, "Oh fudge, oh fudge in hell." What John Cena did once. Much better than that. But I want you guys to tell me who was more legit in this. Because watching this segment, it just showed the comparison between Brock Lesnar and John Cena. John Cena sucks. There's no legiticism with John Cena. He's a kayfabe champion. A kayfabe is a joke, in my opinion. An absolute joke compared to Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar is a beast. Alright, former UFC champion. I'm telling you now, I want a clean win at SummerSlam. If we don't get a clean win and Brock Lesnar still wins, I will still watch it, but I want a clean win from Brock Lesnar. If he loses at SummerSlam, I will pretty much be done with the WWE. But I really do hope for a clean win out of a legit badass of Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. I'm telling you guys, I really want that. Because Brock Lesnar is a badass compared to John Cena. After that, we have Sandow coming down. It's an American football, I believe. We don't get American football here, so I don't really know who he was. I believe there's a player who the crowd in Texas don't really like. Mark Henry comes out. He's from Texas. Got a big pop from that. I like that. He got a pop. I like Mark Henry, but Mark Henry gets the win. I'm starting to like Sandow's character, where he's a different character every single week. Shows some anticipation for Damien Sandow, but I want Damien Sandow to actually win some matches, in my opinion. After that, we come to this Adam Rose segment, which was skipped because Adam Rose sucks. I can't stand Adam Rose. Alright, he's a pussy. An absolute pussy. Because nothing he does resembles what I do. You know, he thinks he can party. That is not how to party, I'm sorry. To me, not for me. Not for me. After that, we have Ambrose versus Del Rio in this Beat the Clock Challenge match. It was a good match, in my opinion. Had some good, nice spots in this. And Ambrose gets the win in 15 minutes and 42 seconds. So it shows some anticipation with Seth Rollins against RVD later on. After that, we come to Rusev and Lana coming out. Lana sings happy birthday to Barack Obama in Russian. Swagger and Coulter come out. Rusev basically takes out Swagger with the flag, and they corner Zeb Coulter, and that ends the segment. If you ask me, you know, I've liked some of the segments between these guys in previous weeks of Raws, but to me, I just didn't like this segment. It just felt redundant and reused. Just didn't like this segment, in my opinion. After that, we get this this news on the WWE Network. Okay, it's available in 170 more different countries in August. Yeah, next week in August. Yeah, I'm from the UK, yeah, right? And a lot of people in the UK watch Raw on a weekly basis. But the network's not available to us in October. What a joke. I'm not buying it, by the way. Fuck the WWE for that. After that week, we come to Ziggler versus Cesaro. Basically, Ziggler beats Cesaro in about 2 minutes. You have Miz come into the ring, holds his championship belt up. Ziggler basically teases the super kick, and, you know, I'm liking that. Ziggler is against Miz at SummerSlam. It puts Ziggler in a prominently good spot in SummerSlam. But what I'm not happy about is Cesaro. What are they doing to Cesaro? Last week he jobbed to Cena, and now he's jobbing to Ziggler. Boy oh boy, what are they doing with him? I do not know. I like Cesaro, but what the hell are they doing? After that we come to Rod Axel versus the Dust Brothers, or whatever you want to call them. Goldust and Stardust. Goldust and Stardust get the win. Didn't like the match. I thought it sucked. Rod Axel sucks. I like Curtis Axel. You know, he's the son of Mr. Perfect, who I'm a fan of. And I'm just not a fan of this character of Stardust. If you ask me, I think they should have built up a feud of the Dust Brothers. Dust Brothers, what the fuck am I saying? The Rhodes Brothers, sorry. You know, showing their heritage with Dusty Rhodes. You know, their family heritage. Because Dusty Rhodes was legit. You know, some of his fights. Those gruesome fights with Ric Flair and cages, bleeding and whatnot. And then he comes to WWE and his polka dot gimmick. You know, it's just showing that WWE is cheesy in my books. Because Stardust, why can't I just build him up as Cody Rhodes, who is legit, rather than Stardust? I don't like the character, in my opinion. After that, we have Jericho versus Luke Harper. Basically, they're having these stipulations where if Jericho beats Luke Harper, he's not going to be ringside. Jericho beat Eric Rowan on SmackDown, so he's not going to be ringside. Basically, you have Chris Jericho having Harper in the walls of Jericho. Bray comes down, and then there's a code breaker to Harper. Then Bray attacks Jericho, so it's a DQ finish, which means Jericho wins. So it's just going to be Jericho versus Bray Wyatt at SummerSlam with no Luke Harper or Eric Rowan at ringside, which I like in my opinion, because I think this is where Jericho is going to put Bray Wyatt 100% clean over. Which, because he probably switched over to Payback and saw John Cena can't put over Bray Wyatt and thought, you know what, I'm going to put Bray Wyatt. I'm going to come back to WWE and put Bray Wyatt over. 100% over. And put him in a good program with me. So, kudos to Jericho, in my opinion. God, after that, we come to Diego versus Fandango, where no fucks were given. No single fuck was given for this. What a joke! There was no place for this on WWE. There's no place for this in professional wrestling. There's no place for Adam Rose in professional wrestling. There's no place for Fandango in professional wrestling. Alright, it sucked. After that, we have Bo Dallas versus R-Truth. You know what happened here last week? Well, Bo Dallas got the win here. R-Truth tries to attack Bo Dallas, and he gets a running bulldog, outside. It is a bulldog, but Bo Dallas when Bo Dallas does it. After that, we have Rollins, well, the scheduled match for Rollins versus RVD, but we get a new opponent. It's going to be Heath Slater versus Rollins. You know what? When this was confirmed, I knew who was going to win. Alright? I knew Heath Slater was going to win because JBL kept making the point of Rollins not being pinned since joining the Authority. The Authority! So, I knew who was going to win, and I knew how Heath Slater was going to win. I liked this segment. This was probably the best segment of Raw, including Brock Lesnar in that clip, alright, showing how badass he is, how legit he is. Ambrose, I liked Ambrose in this segment, you know, showing his like cheeky side, his jokey side, where he rips up the contract, puts Coke in the briefcase, puts some popcorn in the briefcase, puts JBL's hat in the briefcase, closes it up, shakes it around. It was pretty cool showing his maniac side to him. I like that. You know, even if it was, you know, I could tell what was going to happen. It doesn't mean it was going to be bad. It doesn't mean, if you can tell something's going to happen, it doesn't mean it's bad. No. In some cases, it could be good. Alright? But Heath Slater basically gets the win on Seth Rollins here with the roll-up pin from a distraction from Ambrose. So it's not, you know, it's not a clean win at all, you know. So I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. But I really did hope this was going to main event because I thought after Rollins was going to walk out the arena, sorry, Ambrose was going to name his stipulation where it was going to be a ladder match for the Money in the Bank briefcase at SummerSlam. But we didn't get that, and it's going to be that information is going to be informed to us fans at SmackDown. So when this segment ended, I was just shouting at my screen saying, no. No, no, no. Fuck this, man. Because I thought this should have main evented. I thought this match should have main evented. And it should have main evented with Ambrose, well, Ambrose naming his stipulation, and then Ambrose and Seth Rollins brawl. A literal, you know, a brawl. A big old brawl. That's what I thought it should have been to end the show. But instead we get the, you know, instead of revealing the stipulation for a main event, we get a I don't give a fuck contract signing. I don't give a fuck about Brie Bella versus Stephanie McMahon. I couldn't give a fuck. Ultimately, they signed the contract. Triple H traps Brie. Stephanie McMahon pedigrees Nikki, then pedigrees Brie. Who the fuck cared? You know, I guess there are people out there who cares. You know, more power to you. My opinion, I just don't give a shit about this. Because I know the match is ultimately gonna suck balls, alright? Not for me, this isn't. This is not for me. As a wrestling fan, this is not for me. Looking at this Raw, though, there was some good stuff in this Raw. I won't say much better, but it was better than last week's Raw, because last week's Raw was a joke. It wasn't a wrestling show at all. It was a soap opera, a complete soap bullshit program is what it was. This Raw was a bit better. There was more wrestling on the show, which I liked. The main event sucked balls. I wish there was a different main event, like I've just said. I like Brock Lesnar in this with his clip. It showed that he's a badass and that John Cena's a joke. So this Raw was a bit better than last week. But it doesn't mean it was a great show. It doesn't mean it was a really good show in my opinion. I think it was just a bleh, whatever show. Yeah, I think if Rollins and Ambrose main evented, it would have been a bit better, you know. Been a bit better in my opinion. But if you ask me, out of 10, 3 out of 10 to be honest. Didn't really enjoy this Raw that much to be honest, but it was a bit more enjoyable than last week. But that is your Raw review, guys. 3 out of 10. Hopefully next week's show's better with Hulk Hogan's celebration, his birthday celebration, where old faces are going to appear, guest stars are going to come. So hopefully we're going to see some old faces. Just going to be nice, you know, a nice touch to Raw. And it'll be the go home show, I believe, for SummerSlam, which will be interesting. Hopefully Brock Lesnar will be on the show and Paul Heyman will be on the show. And we get some wrestling on the show as well next week. You know, some brawls or whatever. Some violence. But that's been your Raw review, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Add me on Skype, Twitter, Facebook, whatever. Interact, whatever. Talk about wrestling. And hopefully Lesnar beats the joke of a John Cena at SummerSlam. If not, I'm done. I hope you enjoyed the review, guys. Until next time, see ya.